Players should not do anything that's unsafe or dangerous for that player or any other player against the spirit of good sportsmanship. You know when it's wrong. So there are some kids that are going to be very inventive. If it looks like it now, just blow the whistle. Hopefully you'll sort it out in your mind how to express what's going on. Don't just say, don't do that. Just what you want to do is say, I'm sorry, you're not allowed to do that, here's what you can do, or something like that. Yes?
Real quick, with leaving the feet on the tag, I know that we got USA Sevens was done, Collegiate Sevens is this weekend, and you see people diving to score a try. No leaving the feet for scoring a try either, correct?
Turn that off for a second. Yeah, turn that off for a second. So the question is about rugby players leaving the feet. Again, what we want is for things to be safe. If we have a player taking a dive to touch a ball down to the ground in the end goal, we don't allow it. It's not safe play. Yes, there are times when they might be able to do it safely, but if there are players around them, now they've put their head and upper torso where other players' feet are, and there's no point to it. We don't want to have the situation where there's a defender who's slow to make the tag, and next thing you know, there's an athletic player, ball carrier, jumping over him to touch the ball down. So the whole premise is, what's safe? And the answer is, you don't leave your feet. Now, there's a difference between diving in, which is leaving your feet, and having the ball, and there's the try line, and I get the ball, and I'm going down to touch it down there. Even if I collapse to touch it down, as far as I'm concerned, I'm still on my feet. Big difference between that and somebody diving forward. For the same premise, what we don't have is a child who thinks the only way he can tag somebody is to dive to make the tag. If that happens, I yell no tag, because I want to make it clear to the ball carrier that that's not going to, that he's still good to go, and I'm making it clear to the tagger that what they just did isn't buying them anything. You just want to do that. And what else? Well, this is even.
Yeah, we lost some light on there.
Yeah.
Didn't we have a match, last year where our kids were carrying the ball and just made athletic moves, big leaps, and they got called for it, for leaving their feet? Or something along those lines.
And it's up to the referee to decide whether it's dangerous play. Athletic, it's one thing if you do a sudden sidestep or something like that, but if the person's hurling themselves through the air,
Yeah.
and now it's harder for the defense to judge where that person's going to be, the referee's entirely, there's nothing wrong with the referee saying, I'm sorry, but doing that kind of play isn't going to be, we're not going to allow it. It's up to the referee if it's considered dangerous play. And I'm going to say, I'll go back to, is it something that you'd really want them to do and tackle when what they're doing is putting themselves in the air for the defense to tackle them when they have no support to be able to take the tackle. Next. Collisions. Basically, we've gone through the collisions. You have to decide whose fault it is. Now, there are going to be times when kids will bump into each other. If it's of no consequence, just ignore it. You have to, even if it's accidental, you have to decide whether it's of consequence to the team with the ball. And if it's accidental, what you might do is stop play and call a scrum, giving that the team with the ball, the scrum, the opportunity to put the ball in the scrum, rather than calling a penalty. But if it starts being dangerous play, or the person's intentionally obstructing the running into the ball carrier, then you need to start calling it. And it starts with a penalty, and if they continue doing it, either multiple times by the same person or multiple times by the team, then you have to consider that yellow card. And yes, the yellow card does not happen that often, but you have to know that that is an option for you if nothing else is working. Next, please. penalties. Most time it's a penalty kick, which usually just means a tap. And please, let's make sure, let's start teaching them to move the ball. If the ball's on the ground, just have them move the ball with their foot. It doesn't have to be a hard kick, just a nudge is fine. And my suggestion is have them already down there with their hands there so they nudge and now they can pick it up, rather than having the ball there and then nudging and now they're trying to pick it up. The other thing is they can tap with their foot. And all I do is I just say, drop the ball and bring your foot up. So I'm literally kicking it right back into my hands. A lot of your kids, when they want to kick, they'll toss the ball in the air. So they're doing this and their foot never quite gets to it. Just stop play, show them how to do it a couple times. Let them keep doing it. Let different kids take turns doing it through your scrimmages so they all learn and are comfortable with doing it, rather than one person doing it all the time. And he's on vacation, and now what are you going to do again?
As a rookie, we want to enforce the ball leaving the hand in order for that to be a valid kick. Some kids will just take the ball.
When they're younger, on the younger side, you might ignore it. It's up to you again. But by the time it's tournament time, especially for the U15, they should be doing it right. And it doesn't mean that the first time you don't stop and tell them you want to see the ball move. You want to see the ball actually be propelled by the kick. And please don't let the kids do this. Make sure they actually let go of the ball and do it right. Temporary suspension, we've gone through that with the yellow cards, we've gone through the red cards, so we're good with this slide. Next, please. Offside line. Eric, may I borrow you again? Eric and I are on the same team. I'm here. He's offsides. We don't care, the ref doesn't care, unless he happens to be in the way of the opposition or I happen to pass him the ball. Otherwise, let him stay there. It's more my team's problem because he's of no consequence to me. I'm going to say as referee, you don't need to tell that person to get back. There's no reason why don't waste your time with that. Let the coaches do that. Just trying to think. Rucks and mauls, you need to be getting them back. And that's an active thing. Someone's called a ruck. Last foot, and with the hands to move them. If the kids actually have numbers on their jerseys that you can see, you try to do that sort of thing. There is no offsides in general play. If I get tagged, defense is allowed to be behind me. If I'm the ball carrier and get tagged, defense can be behind me as long as they're a meter away. Please don't be yelling to the referee they're offsides. They're not. I've had this in a tackle game. Someone got tackled, curled the ball back, a defending player caught the ball 2 yards back, and everybody's screaming he's offsides. No, he's not. Teach the kids the laws and make sure the parents understand the laws, and hopefully make sure you also understand the laws. Yes?
So if there's no gate and I get tagged and put the ball down on the desk, anybody can come from any direction to pick up that ball?
If I've been tagged, we'll talk about that when we get to the tags. Okay?
Can I ask a question about if Eric, who was standing in front of you,
Yes.
you get tagged, you have immediately, during the time that you take 3 steps, you are now in front of him, can you pass him the ball?
No.
Okay.
No, I just wanted to clarify that.
Well, there's debate on that.
Stop for a
Yeah,
second.
that's
Stop for a second.
That's the debate,
Eric's in front of me.
yes.
All that matters is, did I pass the ball as quickly as I'm supposed to? Did I pass it immediately? Okay? If Eric's back here, and it's immediately, and I get it to him, or he's in front of me, and I'm running 100 miles an hour, and I'm right here running 100 miles an hour, such that when I get tagged, literally in half the time it would usually take for me to make the pass, I'm in front of him, he's legal. All that matters is, did I pass the ball in time for immediately, and when he caught the ball, was he behind me? If you have a player that's on the team of the ball carrier, and he's in front of the ball carrier, he's not offsides to receive a pass. Remember, what matters is to qualify whether a pass has been done properly or not, is did the person pass the ball quick enough, and when the ball actually has left the player's hand, is the person who the ball is getting passed to onsides at that moment? Now, the challenges are, if I'm standing still and that person's there and I've been tagged, and we've all seen it, I'm trying to spend the time to make the pass to this person where I have other people that I can make the pass to. It's pretty much going to be the case that the time it takes for me to get in front of him to make the pass, I've already taken longer than immediately, and so the pass is held as taking too long to make the pass. If I pass it here and he's obviously forward, then that's a forward pass. But if I'm running extremely fast and I get tagged 2 inches behind him, and so as I make the pass, by the time I release the ball, he's behind me, he is on sides. That's the interpretation of the rules. That's what I encourage every referee to work to. Thank you. Next slide, please. Ball's been kicked, teammates are in front of the kicker. You're not allowed, Eric, I need you again. You're just gonna sit in that chair for now. Eric's in front of me. I'm back here and I've kicked the ball. Typically, he does not have to back up. What he has to do is, what's your name? Corey. Corey, come over here. How do you pronounce your name again? Corey. Curly? Curly's on my team, he's behind me. Eric's on my team, he's in front of me. I've kicked the ball, and it's gone past all of us. Eric is offsides because he's in front of the kicker. If I pass him going, no, see him running early? That's not allowed. And a lot of players will do it, and a lot of coaches will teach him to do that. Well, here's the thing, coaches will teach him to do that. If he stays still as I put him on sides, as soon as I'm even with him now, he's on sides. If, when I did the kick, I'm standing there admiring the kick, while my teammate Corley, who was behind me and on sides, goes forward and now passes Eric. He's on sides, he can go forward. He is not allowed to go, the onside player is not allowed to go forward until he's been put on sides by someone else. He is allowed to go sideways, but he's not allowed to go forward. Now,
Can he put himself on side by going back?
retreat, yes, he can retreat. And yes, he's allowed to retreat. It's not, my point is, it's not required. Everybody thinks you're supposed to retreat, you don't have to, but yes, if you retreat to get yourself on sides quicker, that's fine.